War is not only fought with guns and cannons. Sometimes it is fought in whispers, in stolen documents, in messages carried through enemy lines. Sometimes the most dangerous warriors are the ones no one ever sees. In the Anglo-Boer War, while soldiers clashed on open battlefields, a different war was unfolding in the shadows, one of deception, disguise, and deadly intelligence. And at the center of it all was a man whose name is lost to time, a master of disguise, a ghost among armies, a Boer War spy who changed history. This is his story. The year is 1899. Tensions have reached their peak in South Africa. The British Empire, seeking to tighten its grip over the mineral-rich territories of the Transvaal and the Orange Free State, has declared war on the Boers. What they expected to be a swift victory turned into a brutal, drawn-out conflict. At first, the Boers, rugged farmers turned soldiers, had the upper hand. Using guerrilla warfare, they struck fast, disappeared into the mountains, and melted back into the land they knew so well. But war isn't just about the men who hold rifles. It's also about the ones who hold secrets. That's where our spy comes in. Even today, no one knows his true identity. Some believe he was a British defector, disgusted by the brutality of imperial rule. Others think he was a Boer officer with an unmatched talent for deception. What we do know is that he was fearless, cunning, and invisible. He moved through enemy lines undetected, feeding the Boers vital intelligence about British movements. He wore British uniforms when needed, blending in so effortlessly that officers would speak of battle plans in his presence, never realizing they were handing their secrets to the enemy. Some called him a shapeshifter, a ghost. He had a dozen names, 100 disguises. One day he was a British lieutenant, the next a humble merchant selling bread in a British-occupied town. How did he do it? How did a single man outwit one of the most powerful armies in the world? His methods were genius in their simplicity. He used everyday objects to carry messages, coded letters hidden inside cigar boxes, intelligence reports written in invisible ink, secret messages disguised as love letters. He relied on ordinary people, farmers, shopkeepers, priests, to pass information. He built a network of informants across British-controlled territories, ensuring that no secret was safe. And when the British began hunting him, he simply vanished, reappearing months later under a new identity, with a new mission. But the British were not fools. They knew someone was feeding intelligence to the Boers, and they were determined to stop him. They formed a special counterintelligence unit, trained specifically to track down and eliminate Boer spies. They set traps, spread false information, and interrogated anyone suspected of helping the resistance. Still, the spy remained one step ahead, until one mission changed everything. One cold morning in 1901, a British convoy prepared to transport weapons through a valley near Pretoria. Word had spread that this shipment would be lightly guarded, an easy target for the Boers. But what the Boers didn't know was that it was a trap. British officers had leaked false intelligence, hoping to draw their elusive enemy into the open. And as expected, the spy arrived. Dressed in British uniform, he approached carefully, scanning the terrain. Something felt off. The silence was too perfect, the guards too still. And then, gunshots. British troops emerged from their hiding spots. The trap had been sprung, but the spy was already moving, vanishing into the trees, bullets tearing through the branches behind him. The chase lasted for days. He crossed rivers, climbed mountains, lost his pursuers in the vast South African veldt. But he was exhausted, starving, and the British were relentless. Eventually, they caught him in a small village. Some say he was betrayed, sold out by someone he trusted. Others claim he simply ran out of places to hide. Captured, the spy was taken to a British prison camp. They interrogated him for weeks, demanding names, locations, details of the Boer intelligence network. But he never spoke, not once. And then, one night he was gone. Some believe he escaped, slipping through the shadows one final time. Others say he was quietly executed, buried in an unmarked grave to erase his legacy forever. There are even whispers that he switched sides again, feeding the British false intelligence to protect the last remnants of the Boer resistance. No one knows for sure. His name, his fate, his true identity, they all vanished into history. But while his name is lost, his impact remains. The tactics he pioneered, disguise, deception, coded messages, became the blueprint for future resistance movements in South Africa. Decades later, as new struggles for freedom emerged, the methods used by this nameless spy would be echoed by others, men and women who fought in the shadows, just as he did. He may have disappeared, but his legend lives on. History remembers the generals, the battles, the treaties. But wars are also won by those who move unseen, who operate in the space between truth and deception. The Boer War had many heroes, but some, like the spy who vanished, remain hidden in the fog of history. So what do you think? Was he a Boer patriot, a British traitor, or something else entirely? Let us know in the comments below. And if you love untold stories from history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for more incredible tales from the past.